Hi, I'm Karen with KarenConradHome.com. Thank you so much for joining us today. How many of you have dreamed about redecorating your entire house, but you just haven't had the budget to complete it? Well, today I'm going to show you how to give your room and your home a whole new look with a limited budget, and you are going to be very surprised to see some of the tips and tricks that we're going to use to accomplish that. Welcome back. If you remember from our last program, we were talking about redecorating a home in the mountains of Colorado, totally redoing every room on a budget. And so today we are going to pick up with the dining room. So I'm going to show you how to incorporate the palette that we started with on a budget into several pieces to create a beautiful dining room table and setting. And I'm going to show you how we use the things that were already found in my home and how we designed and created some pieces just for this table. One of the tricks that I use as a designer to keep things in budget is really once you choose your staple products or that one thing that you're going to build things around, I find things that work that I can make look completely custom. So what that does is it takes the home and it makes it look like you have spent thousands of dollars on trying to incorporate things into that one design look, but in fact, we're taking very simple things that we can find on a daily basis at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, even the dollar store, and bring it into this palette and make it look like a top designer look. So let's go ahead and get started to look around what we have on the table. First of all, I've got very basic white dishes. And these were dishes that I had, and as you can tell, they don't even perfectly match. But actually, that's something that you want to do to bring a designer look. There's something about mixing and matching textures and tones and colors, and that imperfection that actually, when you're finished, it makes it look really high end. So we've got these simple dishes, and then underneath, we're going to be using black chargers, as you can see. I guess mine's a little scraped up there, but those are something that you can actually purchase at Hobby Lobby or even Walmart for even as little as $2 to $3. Now, if you remember here, I had this piece of paper out, and really what this is from scrapbooking. And so I took this picture because I thought it coordinated really well with that houndstooth that we were starting with. And I created this tray. So again, I went to Hobby Lobby. You can find the pictures and frames are on sale 50% off every other week. So I picked one in the orange tones because again, remember, I'm going to take something simple and bring it into my color scheme to make it look very expensive. So I cut the paper and I put it on the inside for the tray. And then I had my son put these very inexpensive handles on the side that you can get at Home Depot, and had them put it in the side for me so that it functions as a tray. So you're going to see me use these a lot because it really brings things together in a room. Okay, so next, I bought some of the little pumpkins. Remember, I had that big pumpkin and I said what you can find in nature to go with what you're working on is always such a nice addition. And so I got these little pumpkins and I'll show you how to arrange those. And then I went and I actually went to Hobby Lobby, and they had these napkin rings, but they didn't look like this when I purchased them. As you know, a lot of the stores, they really have their seasonal things on clearance. And so I bought these on clearance, but they were the bright brass. So the harsh brass that just screams cheap. So I bought them cheap. I didn't spend much money. But then I took this acrylic paint that I was showing you in the copper tones, and then I just applied it on the top and even around the inside, if you can see that. And it gives it a really beautiful look. And then what I did too is with the vase, I ran to Walmart, and I do this a lot. This is actually like their basic glass vase. It's like $4. But I don't like using clear glass because you can see all the stems and things. So what I do is I take that clear glass and I apply paint and I make a designer vase. So as you can see, I incorporated two colors. I took the copper and I took the black and I combined them in brush strokes. Kind of what I like to do is I just take it like this and then I'll just apply it like this. So it'll be like back and forth, and I'll go two colors and then let it dry and then bring it back in again. So you will be quite amazed when you see what this actually looks like when we're completed. It looks great. So there is the vase. Put that back here. All right, so next is, what do we put in the vase? So again, I'll have to see if Hobby Lobby will have to give me some commission or something here, but I go to Hobby Lobby and they've got their florals 50% off every other week. So I make sure that I know what I'm buying, and I go on the week where it's 50% off. And I just picked out some pieces that I felt looked actually quite real. Okay, one of the things with florals, I've never been a fan of bringing a bunch of different colors in. I really like monochromatic florals, and I like those that look real, that I could actually add real twigs into and it would look fine. So I found these, and these are $4.99, so I got these for $2.50. And then I found these, which were marked $6.99, so I got those for $3.50. And I'm going to show you how to put together a nice centerpiece using these florals. All right, next I have these dollar wine glasses that I was telling you about last time. And as you can see, all these colors are starting to coordinate, so we'll be using those. Next, I wanted to have some candles by each place setting, and I wanted it to go with the rest of the things that we're using. And so for 74 cents, you can buy these clear votive holders. And again, I took the copper paint and I just applied it on here, and when it's lit, it just gives it a beautiful shimmer. And if we put that by each place setting, it looks really special. Okay, and then most of you have this. It's just your basic dessert cover. And I thought, hey, I am going to take dessert that we're actually going to use and incorporate it into the decorating. And so I got these orange and green cupcakes, and I just kind of put them real close together so that it kind of looks like an art piece, and covered it. And you're going to see that as a design element in the table. And then these are something that I just picked up. You can go to thrift stores, or you can pick up candlesticks for not very much money. And I really like the look of these. It was kind of rustic. It had the swirls here that kind of went with some of the other things we're incorporating. And with that, I picked out some really nice pumpkin candles. Again, these are from Walmart. I really like the smell because it's a natural smell, and those will really work nice on our table. And then I had the mugs that I had with my dishes, so you'll see how we use those. And then I did 2 sets of napkins. Now, I am not the best seamstress, I assure you, but anybody can sew napkins. So I actually had this material, and if you see, it kind of goes right with that color scheme. And really all you do is you just cut up squares or rectangles, and you just press it. Let me just show you. And you just do like double over. So you fold it and fold it again, and then just sew around the edge, and voila, you have got a napkin. So that adds a nice designer look. Everybody likes to have a cloth napkin. It feels like you're at a fancy restaurant. And so that's one option, and I'm also going to show you another option where we use the material that I had in my original palette. I took that fabric and I did the same thing. I just made those into napkins. So I'm going to show you a few ways to do the napkins and some different looks. So you're going to see when you start with a black and white like we did with this houndstooth, it is extremely flexible. So what I really did with that is I took this houndstooth material, and again, I'm not a great seamstress, so you can all feel really good about this, but I just simply turned it over once. So if you look at this, I just turned it over once, and then when it's down, you can't tell. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually line it, but when you're sitting at a table, most people aren't going to lift up your runner and look underneath it. So I was able to complete this in like a half hour this morning. You probably noticed that I do have an addition here. Now, when I'm looking at furniture, I really try to use everything that's in place, but in this case, this dining room in this house really, it just called for some dramatic look, dramatic addition. And so I went to American Warehouse Furniture, which is not an expensive store at all. And I found these chairs. They were like $69 each. I could not resist them because if we take this black and white compared to the brown that we had, it is going to add so much to this room. And you're going to see me build on these in other parts of this room and in this house. So I did go ahead and purchase these. So what I'm going to do next for you is I'm going to take all these things off the table, and then I'm going to place them on one at a time and show you how to build a dining room table.